Austria is well known for its many museums, and visitors from all over the world come to experience the country's rich cultural heritage. Vienna has around 100 museums and collections, so it's not surprising that Vienna has something for everyone. So whether you're interested in art, history, or science, you can find a museum in Austria that's perfect for you. After all, Austria is also famous for its high standard of living and prices respectively. So getting enough culture out of Vienna on a budget can be tricky sometimes. I did my research and found out how you can get your culture for absolutely free. Before I continue, subscribe and like this video to support the channel. All of Vienna's state-run museums offer free admission on the first Sunday of every month. This includes some of the city's most popular attractions, like the Museum of Military History. Is the Museum of Military History in Vienna, Austria. The museum was founded in 1856 and is one of the oldest museums in Austria. The museum is located in the Arsenal of Vienna, a former military complex that now houses a variety of cultural institutions. Their witty slogan, "Wars belong in museums." This is a particularly good one. Devoted to Austria's martial history, the museum boasts an impressive permanent exhibition chronicling the armed forces from the 30 Years' War through today. Of particular interest are their WWI displays, featuring uniforms, aircraft, and even the bullet-riddled uniform of Franz Ferdinand. His assassination triggered a conflict that quickly drew in the entire region. It's also worth a visit for its remarkable neo-Gothic architecture and the work of Theophil Hansen and Ludwig Forster. At the Museum of Military History, you will find the military history of Austria's armed forces and navy, all under one roof. Military history and wars, technology and natural science, art and architecture are all blended together in the Museum of Military History of Vienna to create one unique whole. The building itself was built between 1850 and 1856 as the center of the armory, according to plans by Ludwig Forster and Theophil Hansen, which anticipated the style of Vienna's Ring Street. The predominant styles are Moorish Byzantine and Neo-Gothic. Currently on display in this, one of the oldest buildings in the city, is the history of the Habsburg monarchy from the end of the 16th century to 1918 and the fate of Austria after the falling of the empire up to 1945. A time in which the military and armed forces played a considerably important historical role and thus took front stage. In the 125 years since its creation, the number of objects in the museum's collections has not only grown from 8,000 to around 1.2 million, and the number of visitors from 5,307 to 220,000 annually, but the focus of the establishment has also changed completely, while still managing to maintain the character of a military history museum. Next one. The MUSA shows contemporary Austrian contemporary art. It houses the art collection of Vienna and thus a lot of Viennese creativity. It presents the most extensive collection of its kind in Austria and currently comprises approx. 40,000 objects from all art lines from about 4,500 artists. The cultural department acquired the works as part of funding purchases from 1951 and offer a veritable cross-section of Viennese art development in recent decades. Today I got on another excellent example of showing love for the Austrian capital, the exhibition instantly. Vienna street photography. Most of the works come from the photo collection of the Wien Museum, which showcases its vast holdings like never before. The exhibit's focus is the developing gaze on big city life from the 1860s to the present. In addition to iconic images of Vienna that capture decisive moments in urban life, all in all, the exhibition paints a new portrait of the metropolis on the Danube, inviting visitors on an exciting pictorial journey from early urban photography to the Instagram aesthetics of the present. Another exhibition was also held at the same time, Have I Say It, which was completely free. There are 19,884 benches in Vienna's parks. The city's streets and public transit stops offer numerous additional opportunities for sitting. They seem like the perfect expression of Viennese Gemütlichkeit. NEIDHART. A small fine 200 meters from the main square of the city. Don't be too lazy to find the secret house at number 19. A place unknown to many tourists will reveal the truly fantastic old history of Vienna. It was a sensation when, in 1979, workers discovered Vienna's oldest secular wall paintings during the restoration of the building at Tchloben 19. They were created around 1407 as the ornate decorations of wealthy cloth merchant Mikkel Menschein's private dance and banquet hall. The bustling scenes of the wall paintings are accompanied by a new permanent exhibit designed for all ages, but particularly appropriate for schools. The new presentation affords fascinating insights into everyday life in medieval Vienna, highlighting music and dance, fashion, and food. The history of the building and the wall paintings and their restoration form another exhibit's focus. Roman Museum. A small and little-known museum in the center will reveal the history of the city in Roman times. Although the exposition consists of several rooms, it includes interactive and video exhibits that will interest even the youngest visitors. Vindobona. This was the name of the Legion camp, which was located almost 2,000 years ago in the area of today's downtown Vienna. It served to secure the northern border of the Roman Empire. The Romans were in the Viennese region for about 350 years. At the time of flowering, more than 30,000 people lived here, a colorful mixture of peoples of Romans, locals, and immigrants from all parts of the empire. In the basement of the Roman Museum, remains of two tribune houses can be seen, the most important Roman excavation in Vienna. In an old Viennese inner-town house is one of Europe's most important watch collections. Here, you can go on a journey from the Middle Ages to the recent past. 700 precious watches from all over the world tell not only of scientific progress and technical precision, but also of social upheavals and trends in handicrafts and design. At every hour, the beating, ringing, and playing of many clocks in motion fills the 3 floors. The underground chapel is one of the best preserved Gothic interiors in Vienna. It was built around 1120 as a substructure for a planned chapel building in early Gothic style. Around 1246, the chapel was equipped with joint paintings and wheel crosses in the niches. Johann Strauss apartment. Johann Strauss 1825–1899 was the most successful offspring of the Waltz dynasty and, as such, inevitably his father's toughest competitor. He began his career as a composer and conductor of dance and marching music. Later, he also helped the genre of operetta to glamorous highlights.
As an international star in the modern sense of the word, he undertook tours across Europe, Russia, and even America. One of the numerous exhibits of the musician's apartment is a precious Amati violin, which according to a certificate from 1911, comes from the possession of the Waltzkönig. This ends my list. These are the most exciting museums from the list that I managed to see in one day in Vienna. The best time to visit the museums during the day would be at a time close to opening hours or later in the evening when the peak hour rush has died down. You can also make a plan to your taste for a full day of several museums listed above. Between visits to museums, you will also enjoy the charming atmosphere of Viennese Sunday streets. Do not forget that all shops are closed on this day. I will leave a link in the description for more information about museums. You can choose the most interesting ones for you and immerse yourself in them to the fullest. Many of them will be interesting, even for the youngest visitors. So don't delay and plan a weekend in the capital of Austria. Thanks for watching, and remember that travel expands our worldview and makes us better.